The 4th of July is coming up quick, just a few weeks away, so let's make a patriotic decoration. This whole thing can be made with just scrap wood, a little bit of time, and hardly any cost. You can sell it, gift it, or hang it at your own house. Let's go. Okay, so this project is really very simple. It consists of multiple pieces that are the exact same cut, lengths, angles, etc. So once you get it set up, you can easily repeat it to make this project. You can use scrap pieces. Short pieces like this is fine. It depends on how big you want to make your star. The biggest thing is that they all need to be the same width. In this case, I'm going to be making it out of 1.5 inch wide by 3/4 inch thick pine material because, again, we're going to stain it. Let's head over to the miter saw and get the angle set up. So there's 2 angles that we need to cut for this entire project. The angles are, and these are very important, 18 degrees and 54 degrees. What's even more important is the distance between the cuts, because you're gonna have a weird shaped trapezoid, so it is very important. But the first thing we're gonna do is to cut 5 pieces on one end, all to 54 degrees. The next step in this process is to reset your miter saw to 18 degrees, and then you want to make sure you're cutting long side to long side. So what I mean is we're going to have another angle coming in like this. So you're going to have a short side, because this is obviously further in, and then a long side. So long side to long side, we want it to be 7 3/8. If you want to get super specific, 7.39 instead of 7.375 as in 3/8, but we're going to set it up to 7 3/8. So I'm going to put a stop block at 7 3/8. The angle is set to 18 degrees, and then we will get that cut exactly where we need it. And I should probably clarify here, don't just set your stop block to 7 3/8. Measure on your board to 7 3/8, put it in place, and set your stop block based on your test piece. If you set it to 7 3/8, that's going to be at the back side of the blade, at the short end. That's not what we need. We need long end to long end. Okay, after you make your 18-degree cuts, try to save your cutoff pieces if you have any, because we need 5 more pieces, but they all need to be 3 1/4 inches long. So these cutoffs, most of them will work, and you don't have to use any more material. So from long end to long end is going to be 3 1/4. Again, technically 3.26, but we're going to make it 3 1/4. That's long end to long end. There's going to be another angle coming this way, and we're going to go back to that 54-degree angle. So we have an 18 here from our previous cut that we just made. This is a cutoff, and then we need another 54-degree angle, long to long, 3 1/4 inches. And if you assembled everything correctly and cut everything correctly, they should go together kind of like this. And you can see how the long pieces and the short pieces fit together nicely and all the angles match up. Okay, so this project is going to be very patriotic anyways. Why not burn it up? Because America. I'm going to char everything just to give it some, flavor in its appearance. Be very careful when burning something inside your shop. Okay, everything has charred nicely, and now it's time to go crazy by adding some more patriotism to this. So I have 2 different color wood stains. These are tinted wood stains, so it's a stain, it's not paint, but it is tinted. One is blue, one is red. I'm gonna do all of the little ones red and all the big ones blue. I'm just gonna make it fast, simple, quick, and easy, and just dunk it in, sit it on the cardboard, let it dry. And as you can probably tell, my dunk method got a little too messy, so I'm just using all the excess on my rag here to kind of just liberally cover everything with stain. And honestly, that'd probably make it dry faster too. Red stained towel looks creepy. Okay, now all pieces have been stained, and we just need to let it dry, or live and let dry. Okay, just like that, all of the stain is dry. I did apply a quick coat of just spray lacquer, like out of a rattle can. Now it's time to assemble this thing. The easiest way that I have found to assemble this, or that I would recommend assembling this, is pairing up the pieces. So you're gonna do one red and one blue, just like this in this orientation. Now you may ask, how in the world do you attach these together? Multiple ways you can do it. What I'm going to do is just use a little bit of CA glue with activator just to tack everything in place, especially since these are sealed in lacquer. I think the CA glue will hold nicely to that. So I would get all the partners put together, all the red and blue pieces put together. So I'll put a little bit of CA glue on a red piece, and then I'll use spray activator on the blue piece. That kind of sprayed everywhere. And then boom, let's sit it on there for just a second. With the activator, it should dry and tack up very quick. We will sit that aside, let that do its thing, move on to the next one. And make sure that you get your orientation right here, because you don't want to have your star looking weird. Move on to the next one, and we'll do this for the remaining 3 pieces here. Again, you should have a total of 5 sets. Okay, again, the CA glue tacks up fairly quick. So now that we have all of those put together, we can start combining the pairs together. Same method. I'm just going to use a little bit of CA glue and a little bit of CA glue activator and put these bad boys together. And just like that, as you can see, that CA glue does not take very long at all to dry. This is held together on its own. If I were to drop this, it would probably bust apart, but it's a rustic kind of decorative type. It's not made to be worn and used or anything like that. So next steps, you could drill a hole directly through the point here if you wanted to tie it maybe with some twine and hang it that way. You could also install a hanger on the back if you'd rather do that. Lastly, if you wanted to add some white to give it the true red, white, and blue, you could make a circle or even a square and paint it white, a backer board, and glue or attach this whole thing to that backer board to truly give it the red, white, and blue, because obviously right now it's just red and blue. But I think it looks cool. I hope this gives you an idea to get you ready for the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. And more importantly, thank you for watching. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe down below. Take care.